What is going on? Who turned the on switch? I guess it was me. Do 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 do. It is Saturday. I just sang my little opening theme. Do 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 do. That's my opening theme, right there, in a nutshell. Do 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 do. You know, I wrote that music, and all the little interim pieces of music that I use, which kind of I didn't know at the time it would be so handy. But nowadays, if you try to do anything with music on your stream, you'll get copyright, you'll muted or copyright striked or something bad. Pretty much any music that's recorded, unless you did it yourself, which I did. Cheers, everyone! Look at that trickling, everybody. I'm just starting the stream. Nobody's here yet. And come to think of it, it is a weekend, which is my quiet time. It's good. Oh, that's a good one. It's fizzy and brown. What does it taste like? Nobody knows. It's Diet Coke. It tastes like Diet Coke. All right. I guess. Is it supposed to have a taste? I don't know, but I sure like it. All right. Let's talk about what today's stream is going to be. It's going to be a long stream, so let's settle in, man. It's going to be going for a while. Yesterday's stream was over 3 hours. This one might be over 3 hours too, because I'm really going to try to bang on this Lego, and, well, not bang on it literally, but I like it when it clicks together. To complete the Walt Disney tribute camera today for that'll be the final segment. Let me show you where we are so far. Okay. So we built the camera or the tripod. First we built this part here, the camera head kind of, and then the tripod. And then now we built the camera box, which is the camera. The camera is effectively three pieces: the camera box, the lens goes on the front, and the film canister, fancy film canister, goes on the top. So that's what we'll complete today. But those are both pretty fancy pieces. And then kind of this tripod's really kind of cool. How it I don't know I like it. It's all pretty much solid in there. Hopefully. And this turns. Oh yeah, there's a door on this side, right? There's a door on this side, and we might be able. Let me see if I can open it. It takes kind of two hands. I don't know if they'll be putting a like a handle on it. Let's see if I can do this. It's got this cloak. Yeah, I don't know if I can. But there's a tool that will help you do this. In fact, I know there is. Hold on a second. I've got one right here. Ta-da! This thing here. That's exactly what it's for, isn't it? Maybe not. Can I put it in here and use it as a opener? I'll figure it out later. Dude, this thing here. There's a door that opens, but it's a little recalcitrant at this moment. But I can get it here. Hold on, here. I just got to do that. See, it does open if you give it a little. And it's cool because you can see inside the camera box. There's a gear and kind of this thing on top of it. And like a film, a prism, and a place where the film would kind of go. I guess it's really cool. All right, so we're gonna build the rest of that. Oh yeah, so first half of the stream is gonna be, or first part will be me playing Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 today. By the way, that's some interest. It's here for now. Got the two more bags of that to go. I'm really excited, but I love finishing the Lego when it all comes together. We played Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We'll talk about that. There's a cat right there. Cat content. Want to go outside, Mo? Usually he stands by the door and then he waits for me to walk over there and he runs away laughing. He's that kind of cat. Yeah, look at that. He's like, let me out. And that's a Lego duplicate of him, by the way, sitting right there. You can look it up. There's a Lego tuxedo cat and he's a tuxedo. Let's move on. The second half. Oh, I'm going to do my brain games today. I said big brain games. So that's going to be 2 Quirtles, 2 Octurtles, and between those, we'll be doing the tightrope trivia quiz today. Wish us luck. Wish me luck. I don't need luck. It's not like you win money. We'll take a break. This is going to be an action-packed show. We'll take a break. I'm going to run my mid-roll. During the mid-roll, I'm going to run around and bring my piano in, which is sitting right over there. Right here. This will magically transform where I'm sitting. Mo, you want to go outside? Where I'm sitting into Ken's piano lounge. And I'll be playing my lounge music. It's going to be fun. Mo, hold on a second. Let me open the door for him. He's not going to want to go out, though. It's kind of a big joke. Want to go outside? Can you go outside? No, he walked away. He just thinks he's bored and he thinks it's funny when I get up and do things for him. He's that kind. I swear, he's that kind. He's just like giggles. He's like, yeah, you open the door for me. I don't want to go outside. He's that kind of cat. It's a little tough, sometimes. All right. So the after the break, there'll be Microsoft. After the musical segment. Where was I talking about today's stream? Talking about today's stream. That's where I was. After the musical segment, which roughly 45 minutes, and be jamming away on my probably just my regular musical themes. We'll get to the Lego building. I'll switch to the Lego building category because there's a category for that. Like there's a category for everything. I'm going to sit here on the floor. I'm going to turn the light on, and we're going to finish up the Walt Disney Tribute Camera Lego today. So I'm pretty excited about that. And that'll be streamed. And then tomorrow we'll do it all again, except no Lego. So it'll be a much shorter stream because the Lego really adds at least an hour to the end of the stream. I'm sitting there building Lego. But fortunately, I can still chat, and you guys can still hear me. So... excuse me. That's okay. All right, let's get to the gaming. Let's see what we got here. This is, believe it or not, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Confusing because it says 2025, but that's spring sale. Why 2020, you ask? Well, because I wanted to fly the updated HE111. Here, let me show you the HE111. They've updated. Remember, we flew it one time. I bought it. I mean, it's like not too expensive, but it's like $18. It wasn't super cheap, I think. And we flew it one time. I was like, wow, there's so many problems with it. You can't see out the front. There was no radio, and every time you tried to brake, it would tip over. So they came out with an update, and literally, they claim to have fixed all those problems. There's a few things they have not fixed, which we can go. I think they're listening to my stream, so we'll talk about that. Maybe they can fix that problem too. Takeoff trim. Hello. All right. So for this thing though, I have the same city update installed, right? The city update 10 installed in 2020. So that's installed in both 2020 and 24. So there's no reason why we can't look around Denver. This is Denver International. I think Denver is kind of not too close. It's fairly far southwest or west of there. This is a huge airport. We're going to start a little closer in. We'll start at Buckley AFB, appropriate since we're in a he's just very active. Appropriate since we're in a military, of course it's a World War II German military vehicle, airplane. I'm trying to think, do I feel like cold starting it? I think cold starting it is going to be a little too ambitious. If I remember correctly, it's kind of challenging to cold start. Not all the controls are available. We'll start on the runway, but we'll cold start for our second mission. Some other plane, and I might switch back. I might switch it back to 2024. That takes kind of a long time. We'll probably stick in 2020. There's a few planes I want to do. There's another door the kid wants me to open up for him. He won't go through it. He just likes me to open and close doors for him. Mo, you're a pill. You know what I mean? You're a pill. There we go. All right, let's take a look.
Ready for straight out departure at runway tree 2.
Straight out departure. Uh-oh, I think the engines have stopped. Oh, let's just see. Let's just see if they're still spinning. There we go. All right, let's take a look at this plane for a second. It's very new to the fleet, and in general, it's a new plane. Excuse me, 1 second. Cat's being a pill. All right, Mo, you want to go in there? Want to go in here? Want to go in here? Such a pill. I'm trying to stream, and the cat is being very demanding. This happens a few times. I'll be on stream, and he's like, "Oh, you're streaming. You're taking that takes attention away from me. I don't like that." Because normally it's just me and him, So if he's bored, he only has one place to go. All right, let's zoom in, and take a look at the HE111, the detailing on it, beautiful detailing there, lots of kind of wear and tear indicated. And like those are the antenna on the back, a radio antenna on the back. By the way, now there's a radio. There wasn't even a radio now I can do this, watch, and it says, "Oh, COM 1." Before it said you have no communication system. Of course you have a communication system. All right, you see me in there, a lot of glass. Looks like there should be good visibility. And there is now, but previously the pilot was right behind that thing. If you remember correctly, you couldn't see anywhere in front of you. And now, so they moved the pilot position. Obviously, that was pretty important. All right, let's just check. The other thing that they have not done correctly is if you notice the trim, it says takeoff trim. The trim is just, it says TO down and up. It's down on the bottom there, bottom right. It says takeoff trim and it has set to 0. That's not the correct trim. I already checked. Correct takeoff trim is 45%. Or excuse me, 45%. Yep. Trust me. Anything less and you won't get any takeoff. It's just one of these planes that for whatever reason, for aerodynamic reasons, it needs a lot of trim, especially during takeoff, a huge amount. But even just regular flying, you'll need a lot of positive trim. And I'm not sure whether that's right or not, or maybe they still need to adjust the aerodynamic model. But we're going to take off and fly around. It looks like, oh yeah, by the way, it looks like a beautiful day. But I wanted to check to see if I have real-time weather. Okay, live weather is turned on and real-time is turned on. All right, so I guess it's a beautiful day in Colorado. It was rainy in Texas. Let's get ready. We're ready to take off. I think you do not need flaps to take off. Flaps are for landing only. All right, let's get the planes revved up a bit here. Release the parking brakes. This plane is not going to knock your socks off. It makes a lot of noise, but it does take a while. That's full up against the firewall there. I don't really see a firewall. Anyway, what they have not yet implemented is the ability for you to push that panel away. Like you obviously can. You can see the hinge on it. Okay, so we've got positive trim, enough positive trim now, so that the plane's not going to just dig itself into the ground there. It's really, really tricky to kind of keep it going straight. All right, now we got takeoff. Speed, but yeah, you see how even with 45%, 46%, okay, gears coming up, it barely wants to come off the runway. But hey, it's an old plane. It's an old heavy plane. Okay, yep, they're coming in. They're gonna fold in. You got the doors at the bottom there. So yeah, okay. But yeah, even I think 50% trim was probably closer to what I really needed, because it's still nose heavy at 49% trim and full power. All right, what's over here? Is this all radar? Is this what this is? Radar domes here? Because yeah, they're not storage tanks. It's gonna be a whole bunch of radars. It almost seems like a radar, like a astronomy station. Not really, I don't know what that is. Interesting. Or is it? Or is those power generation? Who knows? Nobody. All right, it's a little jerky because okay. Well, let's see. We're gonna go west. Yes, to Denver. It's kind of northwest. You can see in the distance there, west there, due west, that city there. But it's big. But this outskirts is already really cool. I like it. So it is flying better. You can see out the front. You still need a tremendous amount of trim. Keep the nose up, and we're like, you know, we're going a decent speed here. I wonder if this is. I think this is one of the campuses of the University of Colorado here. I should get my Google Maps up, and just so I know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll do that. So, Denver International is way to the northeast of us. Maybe we'll land there. It's a huge airport. Yeah. Well, at least we have a radio now.
Buckley Tower KNSH 9er frequency change.
That's a cool bridge there. This really screams a university or hospital, but I think it's a university. It could be a hospital, it could be both. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like that building there. Could be general. Could be just an old hospital, large hospital. We have big hospitals here in America. All right, we're gonna head west to the city. All right, now I'm curious. Look, give me a second here. We're gonna crash if I. Well, the other thing is they have not fixed the autopilot, from what I can tell. So the autopilot. Well, there wouldn't have been an autopilot on this. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna go here. I'm gonna look at maps. I just kind of want to follow along here. Denver, Colorado. But let's see specifically where I am. Okay, there's Denver. Where is the air base? Here it is. Buckley Space Force. That's a Space Force base. Buckley Space Force Base. That is the name of that, Buckley. All right, that's what we took off from. We went west. This is Aurora. So this is the University to the Children's Hospital, Colorado. It just says Fitzsimmons. Right? Yeah, this is the Fitzsimmons building. Now look, I don't know anything else about it, but it's called, it's the where what you're like, what the hell are you talking about? This one down here. Did I already pass over it? Yeah, I think I passed over it. But that's the one that was kind of older looking. All right, let's keep going. Yes, okay, at least I am on the map. I know where we're traveling. We're heading due west. There should be a freeway south of that. Yeah, that freeway, kind of a freeway here. Oh, it's not a freeway, it's just a road. And, oh, jeez. We're gonna head to Denver. Boy, yeah, every time, well, what trim is gonna keep us going here? Up 59%. That kind of trim indicates you have a serious problem. You'd be able to see it. There's a serious problem with aerodynamic, with balance of the plane. That you have way too much weight in the nose. Now you can see that the engines are ahead of the wings, and so is everything else. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's a lot of weight in front of the the CG is very far forward. But that doesn't mean they couldn't balance it properly. They couldn't get a balanced plane, and they would have had to. So yeah, this plane is still bugged, guys. You got to fix this. It still wants to nose down at 62%. I'm still holding the stick back here like that to keep it up. I just want to figure out what the actual trim. Okay, that's 0, almost at 68%. Is that going to keep our vertical speed? And I'm only doing 133 knots. And the point is, I'm trying to find out, and this plane is not yet available in 2024, I don't think. Well, it's not approved, which is reasonable, but it's barely flying in 2020. I'm intentionally I'm keeping it nice and low. All right, so what is this here? I'm gonna look for this on the map. This is also a really interesting looking area. Hold on a second here. Okay, we went west from Aurora. Well, there's an Air and Space Museum around here. Shoot, I wonder if we can find it. Okay, so we were here. We went west. I'm trying to look for this water feature here. It seems pretty obvious that it should be on the map. Let's see. Is there like a sports complex around here somewhere? There's those buildings. Yeah, I don't really see this on the map. There's Great Lawn Park, but it doesn't have that shape. And some water. Where would that be? Is it Washington Park? Kind of has that look to it. But I don't see those other, then there should be tennis courts. We should be pretty close to the freeway. If it's Washington Park, but that's, yeah, it's not, that's too far south. Interesting. Kinda. A little bit of water associated with that golf course, but I don't think this is that golf course. All right, let's keep going. Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe I won't. I'm just trying to figure out what this is. And it's got like a fountain in it. It's got like a boat house. It's got to be something you could get to. And I'm just trying to see, is it associated with? Oh yeah, it's got all these obelisks and stuff. It's really cool. It's associated with a. Oof. I'm gonna figure it out. We're pretty close to downtown Denver, so I've got the map up here. This is another school here. The manual T-bolts. I have no idea what that refers to. Never gonna find out either. How you doing, by the way, Hobie Gal? This is Denver in 2020 in this HC 111. Again, Denver. I didn't. You know, they've updated it. There's a lot of cool stuff to see. Let's check out the stadium over here. It's apparently a beautiful day in Colorado. This is where the baseball people play. The Rockies. Is that there are the Rockies there? Hold on a second here. Baseball people. Okay. The Denver. Anyway, there's a really cool train station. They've updated a lot. I don't remember specifically flying around Denver, but it's just very looking all spruced up. I think the Nuggets play there. That's where the basketball team is. And then there's this really cool amusement park. I like amusement parks. This is one of the most detailed amusement parks I've seen. Where you can see, oh, it's a water park. Well, it's got other stuff too, but it's mainly a water park, I think. I know there's roller coasters and stuff. It's the whole featured park. Really cool looking. And I'm guessing movie theaters over there. All right. Oh, and then okay, this is where the football people play. I'm thinking. The Denver Broncos. Sports Authority Field. Beautiful. Good job. All right, let's head back to Denver proper. You can see in the distance where it says Buckley AFB. That's where we took off from. It's not very far. And again, this is kind of like really cool looking building here. All right, hold on a second. I want to see where we are. Okay, on my Google Maps. Where's Denver? Denver. All right, Denver's there. State University. Okay, so this is the Empower Mile High Field. I think they changed the name, right? Okay, and the Ball Arena is that one there, I think. That's the Ball Arena. This building here is Metropolitan State University of Denver, okay? Right, this whole kind of section here, which looks like a school, is Escuela. Really cool looking buildings. Let's see. Yeah, okay, and that where they play baseball is Coors Field. Okay. All right, that's Denver right there. So yeah, so this is gonna be Coors Field. We already flew over. That's most of Denver. Some buildings are in construction. Kind of cool. Or renovation, effectively. Beautiful. Oh, we got to fly down this boulevard here. Couldn't be a nicer day in Denver. Like there's like a church down there. Getting nice and framey, working my computer out, I can tell. Oh, look at that. Is that the state building? Oh, not. Or the city center? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, so you go in there, and then where is this? Colorado State Capitol now. And then there's the Denver Civic Park. And at this end, the other end is the Denver, the city, like the city building. Okay, the city council is there. Yeah, but this is the Colorado State Capitol area. This whole area here, from this building here, and there's a park there, and it goes down to that building there. So, if you're ever wondering where the Colorado State Capitol is or what it looks like, now you know. And then there's actually another pretty major city, kind of south, right? It's what's it called? It used to be a separate city, kind of thing. I don't know what it's called. Inglewood, I think. Right. Anyway, I want to hit these. I'm convinced I can figure out what that water feature is now. If we can find it again. I'm just curious. Okay, we head east, right? And we're gonna find it. By the way, I hope you are all enjoying your lovely ice cold glasses of Diet Coke today, because I sure am. where? Okay, there's the golf course. It's got a water thing, but now I'm looking for something that's got like a lake and it has like you can rent boats and stuff. I want to get some altitude here. We should definitely be able to find it. I mean, is it that way? I don't know. It can't just disappear. We go retrace our steps. Oh, I think it's up here. Which means, okay, it's a little bit north of Denver. Right? Was this it? I think this was it here. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So since Denver's there, right? Oh, no, actually, it seems like it should be due east of Denver. But this is what I was looking at, and I'm curious as to what it is. I just want to make sure, is there a golf course here? I don't think there's a golf course, but specifically it's got this really cool building. You know, all these great little park areas. Like statues and stuff. So it seems like it should be a museum or something. It's a very modern building, right? And then it's got that. All right, so I'm going to find this, and we're like, hey, right, it's due east of downtown Denver. What is it? Tell me what it is. It is City Park. Yes. That is the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. This is Farrell Lake, Ferril. And the Denver Zoo. Oh, all right. That's the okay. This is the Museum of Nature and Science. Want to go? How you doing, Sam? By the way, this is Denver. That's a really cool looking building. In fact, everyone jump out of the plane, put your magical parachutes on, let's get a closer look. All right, it looks fine, but it's pretty big. And that's a museum of science. Oh, it says something over here. Denver Museum of Nature and Science. It's got like bugs. Well, I'm sorry you have bugs. You could get them fumigated. But we're also going to do. We're going to fly right over the Denver Zoo if we use our magical parachutes to get back in the plane here. There we go. Denver Zoo's right here on your left here. Right here. So this whole area here is the Denver Zoo. Well, no, wait a minute. That's the golf course. The Denver Zoo's on that area, on that side. Right here. This is the Denver Zoo right here. Yeah, okay. And so this whole area is the city park. So lots of stuff to do, but you see different pavilions there, inside, outside areas. The elephant, that's the elephant cage over there. But cool. You're moving up your local football team. I assume. All right, let's land this hunk of metal somewhere. That looks like a pretty giant golf course right here. Another place with lots of cool golf courses. And I think this is probably, yeah, that's the City Park golf course. So you don't have to be a member of a country club to play here. And so it's got the golf course, there's the zoo, and then back in the distance now is the Metropolitan Museum. Or sorry, the Museum of Science and something or other. Nature and Science. So cool. We're getting the whole thing. We're getting the whole tour. The aerial tour of Denver. Don't try this at home. We're fine. Hey, we had at least 15 inches over that building, okay? There's and we're passing over the Colorado State Building. All right, where are we going to land this thing? It's hunk of metal. This is a hunk of metal. Look, it needs a long runway. You know, maybe we should just go back to where we took off from. But it does look great. I mean, I can't say I remember a lot of details of before, but all I can say is that the ground elevation from this low level looks amazing. All the stadiums are great. The architecture of the skyline is perfect. Oh, by the way, that flat looking building there, I'm gonna guess is the convention center, because they're usually buildings that require a lot of square footage, but not a lot of height. That's how you can tell. Where is Lakewood? Denver. Okay, there's Denver. There's the Capitol building. What's this building? Colorado Convention Center. How did I know? So yeah, lots of hotels. That building kind of right there. Oops. That building there. That's the convention center. And a lot of square footage there. All right, so there's a bunch of airports nearby. But, so we have our choices. If we don't want to land there, we could land at KBJC. That might be it's a little northwest. This one here. 9,000 feet of bituminous. Let's land there. It's not very far. It's a ways, but it'll be a nice little flight out there. It'll be just about as far to get there as it would be to get back to where we took off from. All right, lots of rail activity going on here. That's mainly freight, looks like. We're in America, so rail is used a lot more for freight than passengers. Even in the big cities, you don't see a lot of passenger rail, and there ain't too much. I'm sure there's some in Denver, but it's America. There's not a lot. But let's stay low and see what we can see as we head out to the Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport, 10 miles away. For landing. It's going to be a little more rural, or suburban, I should say. Suburban. Out here. But this is definitely something. College or schools. That could be a business campus. It's kind of a cool building. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to today's content. We will be finishing. My intention is to finish the Lego build, the Disney Tribute Camera Lego build. It is a, I don't know. It screams Queen of the Skies. It's not necessarily a great plane to fly, but it's definitely a vibe. Now, so they changed your position as a pilot, so that. Do we have other positions here? I mean, these are all just like that. And you should be able to move this aside. It's designed to do that. Okay, fuel. Are we heading down or up? Kind of down. But you see, I've got 70% trim set, and that can't be right. But with 70% trim, it seems to fly pretty much flat. You know, got my vertical speed set there. And we're going pretty fast. Unless I'm not doing something correctly with the engines or the propellers, or I don't know, there's this stuff here. Fuel pumps, does that matter? Does the engine oil cooler have to be on? I don't know. Does that make an effect? Do I go faster if the oil coolers are on? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't seem to make much of an effect. But that's okay. Heading on the freeway out here towards the airport that we're going to land on. You can see the runway pulsating over there. That's right ahead of us. You can see it from here too, probably. I guess we can't. Yeah, but anyway, so they raised your position up, so now your head's closer to the ceiling. But now you can actually see in the front. We should be able to actually see from the front while we're landing. Hopefully we'll be able to figure it out. And the other thing they promised to have fixed is that when you put the brakes on, previously the plane would just nose right over, so you really had trouble stopping the plane. And they say they have worked on that. All right, we got to get ready to land, like gear down and stuff like that. Let's crank the gear down. It's coming down. It seems to come down a lot faster than it goes up, which I think is probably accurate. We're reducing some speed here, but we don't want to reduce it too much because we do have a stall speed of approximately 75 knots. That's what it looks like from here. You see I'm still pulling the stick back a lot, and that's with 71% trim. And if you try flying this plane and you don't preset that 71% trim, you're going to have a lot of trouble getting off the ground at all. All right, a little slower, a little too slow. We're going to goose the engine a little bit. Trying to maintain over 85, 90 mile an hour, 90 knot land speed. At least we can see. Previously, there was no chance of seeing the runway. I mean, it would have been right behind for the entire time. It would have been right behind those controls, and you can see they're on a hinge. They're designed to be moved away. You don't really need them in the final phase of landing or takeoff. I don't know what all that creaking is, but it can't be good. It's probably our wings about to fall off. But I don't know. We're gonna see. Can we land from this angle? We're a little high up. We'll see. Looks like we're crabbing in a bit due to wind. Gonna reduce power a bit so we can slow down a bit here. At least this runway is nice and long, which we're going to need. Because we're a little high up and just being a little tentative here. Okay, so gears. Where? Slowly apply braking. Wants to spin off the field. Okay, at least I can brake and it's not. It definitely has some trouble staying on. But at least you can brake and it's not going forward onto its face. Do I have your PPL? You're gonna have to tell me what a PPL is. Anyway, it's a different landing, a different plane than we took, our place we took off from. We can shortcut in 2020. In 2024, you'll damage your landing gear. Yeah, it looks like there was some serious crosswinds there, so that wasn't too bad landing. Oh, sorry, private pilot's license. I've kind of taken, I mean, many decades ago, I took like one lesson at a flight school. You know, they want to get, you know, they want to train pilots, so it's basically free, or like $100 or something back then to do an initial shit. Yeah, it took me a second, you know, I'm not the, you know, but I had to put some context in there. Parts per liter. Yeah. Anyway, now you can use the brakes, and it will not just flop forward because I'm using the brakes to stop the plane. All right, so there's our plane in a nice landed configuration. Again, you can put the jump seat down, but I'm not sure why you'd want to. I guess, you know, there's not much you can do from there. There's a bunch of pumps. There's a bunch of water stuff. I have no idea what that's for. Let's see. Okay, to shut off the engines, you really shut off the mixture, which I'm doing, but you'll notice there's no control that says mixture. So I'm not really sure what that bug is. And they don't really have. Well, anyway, I don't know if you can open a cargo door, like a front door. Previously, I think you couldn't. You can open all the windows. You can like, or there's curtains. You can close the curtain. You can close this thing here, and you can open the roof handle, right? Or maybe not. It just says closed. No. Maybe there's a way of opening that, but I don't know what it is. One of these windows will slide open. This one here, right? There we go. And this one here, I think, opens. Maybe it's just the curtain. No. I just like to fool with things. There's got to be a way to open that roof, but I don't know what it is. Or maybe you have to unlock it. This is the bomb bay, so it's not. Oh, roof window hatch latch. Nice. I like stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I think it would probably be. I don't think I have time now, especially as a guy who also has a full-time job as a software engineer, to get a private pilot's license. You know, and I get my rocks off by flying every day in these weird-ass planes. Speaking of which, we're going to do another quick checkout mission. Actually, hold on a second here. I want to take a picture of this gorgeous plane. Oh, let me just get a nice little angle here. It's a beautiful day in Denver. I mean, it is pretty plain. It's just not a flyer. Well, I love how you can see how that door is open in there. That window, the top door is open. It's just very unique. It's just real different. All that glass in the front, we can actually finally use. All right, there we go. Right here. There we go. Right there. It's got to look like a plane, but I like it to be pretty dramatic. There we go. Maybe I'll use this for one thing. I mean, obviously, I have the knowledge to be a pilot. You know what I mean? I have the hours of simulation to be a pilot. The things that there are some areas that I really don't have a lot of knowledge in, And the big one, and the one that I do not really want to learn, is communications, radio communications with the ground. It's really one of the biggest, most complicated, and trickiest thing to learn. Man on the Moon, yeah, I sing it a lot. I do a lot. First of all, I did a lot of REM songs, and that wasn't the first one. I do Driver 8. I did Losing Your Religion, and I did this one goes out to the one I love. That's the name of the song, I think. It's just called The One I Love. Anyway, but I like to do a lot of different REM songs. But that one, yeah, as soon as I found that karaoke version, I'm like, yeah, that really hits. It's just a great song to be able to do. But today is piano day. Hey, I want to do another quick mission, like a checkout mission. We have time because I want to fly for another 15 minutes or so, 20. So, but in a different plane, and this one is something where we'll get on the ground, we're going to check it out, we're going to start it up, and we're going to fly around for a short period of time and then land again. Where? I don't know. Not Denver. How about like someplace pretty? What's this here? Cooper's Castle. How about Grand Bahama? In something else. Maybe something that can land, take off and land, but land on the water. I think that's going to be a vibe. What do we have? This lands on the water. We don't fly that too much. The Goose lands on the water, but I don't want to fly that one today. I got a bunch of choices here. Where's the other one? Oh, the Icon A5. That's real easy to start. Real easy to get going. We're going to fly around a little bit. Perfecto. We're going to fly around a bit. We're going to start it up. The Icon A5 is a kind of a, it's like a I don't know, a sport utility version of an aircraft where it's kind of designed to be much more comfortable to people who know how to drive a car than necessarily how to fly a plane. You'll see from the kind of the design of the cockpit that it kind of looks like a fairly modern car from the inside, with a dashboard and a center console that reminds you more of a car, but it does have a stick and not a steering wheel, so it's not a car. But this is what it is. It's this cool plane. They do make this Icon A5. They have not sold too many of them because these, it's kind of problematic. Who's going to fly these planes? What's the mission? But this one is pretty cool. It can take off from land. You can bring the gear in, and you can land on the water and then take off again, land on land. Which is super practical, I think, and super fun. So let's get her booted up here. Let's see. Where's the main power? Master battery. Let's see, we're going to start up the engine, which is simply just turn the key. Well, wait a minute. Actually, we have to turn that fuel valve open here. Oh, wait, that's parking brake. Where's my fuel valve? It's around here somewhere. Isn't it? Or is it like some weird place? Oh, yeah, I think is it back there? What's back here? Yeah. Fuel valve on. Thank you. The parachute doesn't function, but I mean, starts right up. Beautiful. Fuel, power, starts right up. All right, let's put some lights on, strobe on, navigational lights, taxi lights. Oh, heck yes. Water rudder stays up. Don't need any of this. Want to turn our transponder standby and then to ground. Let me put this in map mode. It's got a touch screen. It's pretty cool. All right, we're going to take off. We're going to fly around. You're going to see how beautiful this island is. We're going to head south. And we're in Freeport, Bahamas. We're going to head south.
Freeport ground KNSH 9er request taxi to the active departure to the south.
Yes, 9er taxi to control short of runway 06 via taxiway. Contact tower on 118.5 when ready.
All right, this way.
Taxi to and hold
This
short
could be a
runway
while.
06 via taxiway KNSH 9er.
It's VATSIM Cross the Pond westbound. I don't know what exactly you're referring to. I mean, I know that, you know, the only thing I know about VATSIM is it's typically used to make very, very realistic navigation for commercial flights, like, you know, commercial jet flying. And things like, you know, helping you with calculations, your weight calculations, fuel load that you need, all that stuff. A lot of complicated stuff to get off the ground in a big plane. Oh, it's just a real busy day? Okay. All right. We're almost there. I'm going kind of fast for this little plane. Fortunately, you can brake all you want. You're not going to go over forward because it's regular old landing gear. Doesn't need a lot of runway. This is a huge runway. Hopefully there's no traffic so we can take off. Yeah. Twitter, for sure. Let's see. Can we ask for takeoff? All right. Flaps are set to mid-position for takeoff on this particular plane. And you can see the takeoff trim should be in the positive range. That's plenty, about 24%. So we now have flaps and trim set for takeoff. We can acknowledge our takeoff clearance. Head out to the runway and fly around a bit. I just love this little plane, though. And then we're going to land on the water. Hopefully there'll be somewhere to land that's kind of cool in front of some other, like, something over there. All right, this is what the entire takeoff procedure looks like from here. You're real low to the ground. We're gonna move this little thing forward all the way, the throttle. It gets going pretty good. We're gonna keep the wings level. With that amount of trim, it'll come right off the ground. That much of a deal. We can put our gear up there. Gear folds in. You can see it needs to fold in because we're gonna be landing on the water and we don't want to have it sticking out. And you can see the hull like that's kind of like a hull that's for so that it can land in the water. Gotcha. South departure.
Continue for south
Looks
departure.
like from here, we're heading to that navigational marker there for whatever reason, and we're just gonna have a nice little flight. It's a gorgeous day in Freeport, Bahamas. There's water all around. It's a pretty decent sized island, but you can definitely tell the Caribbean water is that beautiful green emerald color. All right, so once we're in the air, you're gonna substantially reduce the engine power, and bring your trim up to something a lot less positive. You can really see when, you know, the difference in quality. I mean, obviously there's a lot of 3D structures, but they're not created by hand. They're created by inferring from a satellite image what should look there. But there are some custom buildings around here. But unlike Denver. Yeah, well, this is 2020. I mean, 2020, yeah, there are some nice things about it in terms of reliability and just kind of what your expectations levels are. As I said, I've had the problem. We had it yesterday where some airports just don't want to seem to load in a specific plane, but if you change to a very nearby airport, it has no problem loading. And as far as like, I mean, you might have to sit there 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know before you know if it's gonna for sure load in certain places, and that seems to be not a problem in 2020. But I am gonna be flying a lot of 2024. All right, hold on a second. Let me do something real quick. I want to see your post. I'm gonna look at my iPad. That way I'm gonna need this anyway later. Oh my goodness, that's what you're talking about. Oh gosh, that is crazy. Oh, so that's basically a picture of the real-time activity over the eastern seaboard. Each one of those represents an actual plane flying through the air at this moment. Oh my lord, that is crazy how they stack them up like that. Wow, crazy. Oh, anyway, flying. The plane is does not have an autopilot. Where are we on the ground? doesn't really need one for its mission, I would think. And again, it's got lots of very kind of looks like a plane, but you know, or like a car, but cars don't have angle of attack uh, indicators top and center usually. All right, so here is Cooper's Castle. I don't know if I'd call it castle. Looks like a big house. It's still kind of cool though. We're going to stop. We're going to use our magical parachutes to check it out since we got here. I like that. I want to check out that kind of gold dome over there. Okay, Cooper's Castle. I think it's probably that's a gold gazebo. It's probably a lodge or hotel, and you can see it's kind of worn and older, but a kind of cool style. And there's some cars. Hello, cars. And there's no Grand Vic though. Gone. All right, back to plane. So I wonder, where are the resorts on this island? I think they're kind of, I guess some are here. Because this is clearly one. Right there. And it looks like there's others here, kind of on this little inland waterway where the people, you can park your boats and they're nice and safe, presumably. All right, well, we're going to demonstrate the water landing capabilities of this Icon A5 airplane. It's not a big deal. You just want to be gentle, not too fast. You want to land her right at just about 45 knots. But you start by lowering, you know, there's just a throttle. There's no mixture or propeller or anything. That makes it nice and simple. You do want to have your flaps set to down. That gives you that extra lift you need to go nice and slow and not stall out. But you just see, I love just how beautiful the beach and the water looks here. It makes you want to go there. But, you know, that's the attraction of these islands. The water's warm, too. Okay, the engine's basically idling. I want to come in and land, you know, fairly close to shore so we can come in, maybe have some lunch here. That's what it looks like from here. Airspeed is, we got plenty of airspeed. We're not going to stall out. And you just kind of want to gently, you just want to gently put it in there because you don't want to smack the water. Why doesn't it say? I don't know what that's back for. I don't know.
Mike Yankee Golf Foxtrot automated weather observation 19000 Zulu. Wind 038 at 6. Visibility 6. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,700 feet. Few clouds at 5,000 feet.
All right, you can turn that off.
Temperature 26 Celsius.
There's my radio.
2.10 Celsius.
That helps. Lots of palm trees. This is a beautiful beach here. I think sometimes you can beach yourself in this plane and then put the gear down and actually kind of taxi around in it. But that doesn't work every time. Is there? Oh yeah, there is a water rudder, but we're not gonna put that down. Landing gear in transit. Does that mean we can get out here? Yeah. I mean, this isn't realistic. I don't think you can do this in the real world. But you know, you can't do what I just did. You can't open the landing gear underwater because water will come. I think it won't. I don't think it'll let you do this. Hold on a second here. Cheap viewers. But it's can you imagine if you could? It'd be really a vibe driving up on a beach in one of these things, and then you could like drive back in and take off. That'd be so cool. All right, we're gonna shut her down here. I'm gonna take a little picture of me on the beach. How do we shut her down? I'll just turn this to off, right? And that shut the engine down. You can turn off the master power there. I not have my brake on? No, I have my brake on. We're gonna take a shot. It'll just be like a beach shot, I think. Just me on the beach. Hold on a second here. Oops. All right, let's do this. Me on the beach with my girlfriend there. Hello. She's definitely prettier in 2020. And I think they made that intentional. Okay, make something where you can kind of see the beach and the palm trees in the distance. Make a little. Is it not gonna? Okay, that's gonna be as good as I'm gonna do. Palm trees. Perfect. I like it. Palm trees. Very nice. All right. Well, you know what's going to happen next? You might think that I'm going to run my mid-roll and go to the musical segment, but you'd be 100% wrong because you're not taking into account the fact that I still need to do my big brain teasers of the day. Hold on a second, though. Let me get out of Flight Sim here. Main menu. That was fun, though. I enjoyed the flights. I enjoyed the flight simming. Tomorrow, I don't know what we'll do. Oh, yeah, we have one more city, San Francisco, in the city update because we've done Hawaii, Honolulu, Dallas, Fort Worth, Denver. The fifth one is San Francisco. That's the last one. All right, quit to desktop. I'll be there. I'll be with you in a second. I'm going to bring up my brain games, and we're going to play some brain games. Brain games consists of two quirls. Two are the what I like to call it, the tightrope trivia, and two octorals, which is 8 5-letter word solve games. So we're going to start with today's Quirtle, classic Quirtle. We'll do 2 of these Quirtles. We're going to do the tightrope trivia, and then we're going to do the octorals. I always have 3 the same exact starting words. You can see what they are. You need good starting words. Oh, look, we got all 5 letters here. And this could be a couple of things. Could be cliff. Could be click. We got a few things. But this one, can't be too many things. So we'll go with locus. Right? It's got all the right letters in it. And now we know the L is over here, which is good. But we know it doesn't. It's not L something. It's probably L-I. So it's L-I. Maybe there's an N and perhaps the G and the O. The G wasn't helpful, though, but we got a word. This could still be cliff or click. So we might have to guess here. But what we always have is a T, a R, and an O. It could be rotor. I don't think it is, but let's just guess it. Okay, it wasn't, but it could have been. No, it couldn't have been. All right, let's move on. Let's see. But that told us a lot of information. So the R is either here or here, and the T has to be somewhere else, either there or there. So it could be R-O-T, or it could be something. Could it be throw? Could be throw. All right. We have tube, which is good because we still can't guess between cliff and click. Let's try click. It was click. Nice. If it wasn't click, I would have been cliff. C-L-I-F-F. All right. So that's 1 out of 2. 1 out of 4. We're going to do the extreme Quirtle. It's a little bit harder, fewer guesses. Same 3 starting words. Noisy plate. Crumb. And unlike anyway, you always, even if you get the word, you want to get all the letters needed. So, all right, we got 5 letters here. We got 5 letters here. Um, this could be basil, whatever you want to call it. This here has a Y and an O, but it doesn't end in Y. It could be nylon. And it is. And we got, let's see, this could be sport, S-P-O-R-T. Yeah, fits all those letters. And okay, good. We know where the M is, but all we have is an O and an I to place. Gizmo, is that a word? Apparently it is. I don't know where my brain comes up with these things, by the way. All right, so we got 2 down, but now we got to do the tightrope trivia quiz, a daily trivia game. 9 questions, they're timed. You got to get them fast, and we're getting to the hard ones here. You can get up to 2 wrong and still complete the tightrope. Of course, I like to get all 9 right, but it doesn't happen every time. That's for sure. Especially because you got to go fast. You get points for speed. Posture, mo money, mo problems. I think it's BIG. Well, none of those. Anyway, these are already too hard for me. Fill in the blanks. Some shit had trouble. He was cool when the class became obstreperous. Vocabulary words. There's a specially sized bathtub installed on a ship he took to the Panama Canal, 1909. Well, Taft was known to be a very large man. And yeah. Cornflake cereal is a food from John Harvey Kellogg. Gotta get these quick if you know him. I saw the movie. I forgot what it was called, but I saw it. 4 times his weight annually in dung. He's doing something. So right, the dung. It's a yak. Dung yak, dung. I don't know. We're doing good. Some of these are guesses. Declined further after winning her 5th Best Actress in a comedy award for a role. It's got to be Bergen. Declined further Emmy nomination. Can you decline being nominated for an Emmy? What name is given to the ring worn by the Pope? St. Peter was a fisherman or a shepherd? Let's go fisherman. Thank goodness. I don't know those. That was at 50-50. Stretching for 600 miles around the Atacama Desert is one of the world's driest places, and chiefly located in Chile. Okay. Chile. All right, we got one more. Maybe we'll get all 9 right today, depending on this one. What name was the other which logged 20,000 leagues? It was the Nautilus, which was named after Jules Verne's submarine in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. All right, we got all 9 questions today right. And it's theoretically a hard one. But as you guys know, I'm a trivia master. Let's just see what we rated today. It better be Clever Funambulist. Tightrope Boss. I was a walking encyclopedia. Just walking encyclopedia, we didn't get to Clever Funambulist. I would have had to have been faster. Because you see how that time bonus, I only got 970 points. I needed to get 1,000 points to my time bonus. Now it was fast. All right, and fast. I could have got 2,200 points. All right, but let's move on. We're not done. Oh no, we're a little over halfway done with today's big brain games. So the next set of brain games is the Octurtles. We're gonna do 2 of these. There's 5, but we're only doing 2. We'll start with the classic just to warm up here. The classic. You'd think with 8 words to solve it'd be harder, but it's not, because that just gives you more words to check the clues on. Let's see. Roost could be roost there, or it could be ORST. So it could be worst. Could be a bunch of things. Oh, this can only be irate. IRATE, because it's got an I in it, and that has to go there. Oh, and look at this. We got pouty spelled out for us from Noisy Plate and Crumb. Interesting. I always like that. Anyway, this could be, we still could be roost or worst, or let's see. This one has a Y, but not at the end. Um, it could be loyal. There it is. Let's see. What do we got here? We got an I, L, T, and an E. But it's not elite. It could be... tiled. Could it really be tiled? No, it couldn't be tiled. But that was a good guess, actually. Hey, this is the normal one. All right, let me look around here. It ends in T, though. So it's something I-L-E-T. It's got to be fillet. Okay. I mean, that gave us what we needed to know. And that D was useful. Oh, my God. All we have is a D and nothing else, and the E. It could be wedge, W-E-D, and then G and E. Oof. It could also have been hedge. Don't worry, we got extra guesses for this one. We're gonna have to do better for the extreme that we're gonna do next. We should do the rescue next. That's the hard one. All right, we have a G. Starts with the G. G-R-A something. G-R-A, and then it can't. I think it can only be. It could be grave or graze. Let's go with grave. It was graze. We should have enough extra guesses here, but maybe not. No, I don't think we do. That was position one. All right. Okay, well, this is now we know at least this is going to be vinyl. So no questions there, but we did not have enough. We didn't win the classic today. We weren't that close. All right. Hey, not good. Let's try the rescue. This is even harder. So, you know, hey, if I won them every time, it wouldn't be fun. And this one, I only get about 1 out of 3. You don't get to choose your starting words. It chooses 4 random words, like annex, terrible random words to start with that you would never do in the real world. So you're already effectively at a deficit, which is why they call it the rescue. Okay, this could be Dusty. I want to guess it. I want to just guess Dusty. Thank you. Yeah, you got to get lucky here. So we're starting already lucky. Starts with an E. It has a P there. And the only thing we want to know, there's a U and a T in it, though. So it can't be that many things. It could be erupt. And that's good because we need that R. That R is very valuable since we didn't have it before. The R is here. And now we know a lot about it. We know, in fact, it has to be apron. P-R-O-N. No choices there. This one here has a P to place. It could be parer, P-A-R-E-R. That's all because it can't be N with a P because Arab doesn't be anything. So P-A-R-E. Could be anything else. I don't think so. All right, we're doing good for the rescue. This is going to be hard. It could be folly or holly. Could be a million things. This looks more interesting. It has a W and a T in it and an A. So we know all. So yeah, I think this is going to be trawl. T-R-A-W-L. Right? Yeah, it is. And that's nothing up here. But here we got, let's see, we got that S, a U, and an O to place. And it could be shout or stout. Let's try shout, O-U-T, because that actually fits everything. Nice. Whew. That was lucky because it could have been stout. And unfortunately, the H is not used anywhere else. Oof. Okay, so we have 3 guesses to get 2 words. That's actually pretty good for the rescue. Let's try folly here. I have a good feeling about it. Okay, I shouldn't have. So what? But it can't be lowly. It can't have an O there, and it can't have an L there. So it has to have some other. So we should be able to figure this one out. Yeah, it could be coily. I really like this for this one. Yes, very good. We have one guess left, though. This is going to be the hard one. At least we now know where the L is. I, E, and L. I and the only thing that took place is an E, and it doesn't start with E. It can't be wheeled or field. Oh, let me think about this for a second. Let's see. I'm going to start just, okay, it doesn't, so the E could be I, so it could be I-E-L. But then what? That I-E-L there doesn't make a lot of sense. So maybe the E's at the end. Well, we're almost done. But this is the hard one. We got the last word. I only have one guess, so I really don't want to come up. I really at least don't want to do this. But then we'll take the break, and I'll play the piano for a while. So we got lots of stream to go. We got a ton of stream to go, man. I'm not going anywhere. I got plenty of Diet Coke, and if I need a second Diet Coke, that can be arranged. Or my Twitch managers. I'm a manager here at Twitch these days. Okay. So if the E isn't in the third position, the E is in the last position, which I think I could see that. So something like, gosh, G-I. Oh, I think I know the word. Bible. Not a word that I tend to come up with, but B is available. L, it goes at the end. And yeah, we won the rescue, which is good because we didn't win the other one today. We haven't been winning all of these. We won the tightrope trivia, but we got all 8 words here in the minimum number of guesses. And I only win about 1 out of 3 of these rescues because they're very hard. And as I say, I have 3 powerful starting words that I normally get to use, but you don't get to use your starting words in this game, which I like. It really takes me out of my kind of habits. So we got erupt and dusty right away. We got lucky with dusty. Erupt was obvious. And it took me a while to come up with Bible, but we whipped it out. Yeah, that's what you can say. The Diet Coke a day keeps the doctor away. How you doing? Good to see you. What did it say after followage? I have it filtered out. Good evening to you. Good morning. Good evening. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Stream's over. No, I'm kidding. We got a lot of stream to do today. I'm going to run my mid-roll in a second. And when that happens, I'm not going to be sitting around doing nothing. No, I'm going to be running my ass off because I got to bring my stand over. To my stand, I got to bring my stool over. I got to put the piano in. I got to plug the piano in. I got to plug the blah, 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 blah. But you know what? I do it every single time, and I love it. So it's going to become Ken's Piano Lounge. I'm going to be playing piano for a while. I take requests, and then I don't play them. But I do take the requests. I take the requests, and then I shove them where the sun don't shine. Sometimes I'll play a request. Somebody was saying today that every time they stream, somebody asked them to thank you. I wrote all the songs, so I wrote that one too. They requested that they play Wonderwall, sing Wonderwall. I'm like, you send it to my stream. I do Wonderwall all the time. All right, let's get our mid roll going. Speaking of mid rolls, and I'm gonna bring my piano in here. I'm looking forward to getting in the music category and doing that. So we'll see you then. How are we looking here? That's about right. I'm going to adjust this a little bit, sure. Get the right angle there. Yeah, there we go. Good angle. All the angles. I'm going to move this piano just a little that way. This is my pedal work. That does. Do I know any Coldplay songs? I'm sure I played some Coldplay songs. Not recently, though. This is a song I wrote. Let me look into it. I think Coldplay is something I might like to do on a karaoke stream with the guitar. I'm warming up here. Hi there. Good to see you here too. Thanks for dropping by. Welcome to Ken's Piano Lounge. What is Ken's Piano Lounge? Well, it's kind of like going to a piano lounge. Not English, but that's fine. You're welcome here just to listen to music. You don't have to speak English to listen to music, and you're probably not understanding me right now, but I'm glad you're here. What is it? Basically, Ken's Piano Lounge is this list of songs. It says Lounge Act song list right there. Can I play Rushy? Very funny, yeah. Nobody can play Rushy because it was written for a machine to play. And it requires you to have more than 10 fingers, which I only have 10. You need 88 fingers to play Rushy. And only a computer has that. Let's see. Okay. So, for example, let's look at the second song here. It says, Say a Little Prayer, Natalie Cole version. You know, great classic. Great classic. Yeah, you guys, as other people know it. I've been requested that before. Burt Bacharach song, not Burt Bacharach. Anyway, the point is I'm trying to make here is that I don't have notes or lyrics or music in front of me. Just got to have it memorized. You just sit down in front of the piano and play. My music teacher, I don't really consider myself seriously a music teacher, nor do I consider myself a pilot. Some people are like, if I was flying on a plane with you, I'd feel good because if both the pilots died, I could fly the plane, safely for them. And they're probably right, but I still am not a pilot. You know what I mean? All right, next song is called Breaking Us in Two. It's by Joe Jackson. Oops. Let me switch over to this here so you can see some fancy moves here. Oops. Don't get all the notes. Give me 1 second. He really wants to go outside. We'll start over. Yeah, he really wants to go outside. It's nice out now. You go out if you want. It's like warm out too. I think he really does want to go outside this time. All right, we like it when the kitty goes outside. All right, I'm gonna start over. I had to start. Kitty can go outside now. There he goes. Okay, next one is Girl from Ipanema. Classic. I always consider this a classic for some reason, lounge piano song, but I don't know. It's the way I do it. Going to add his own little notes to it. There's a cat on the piano. Nothing I can do about it. He just has to move through. Oh, he's coming back. Mo. It's hard to compete. I mean, where he wants to make it a duet. He's not as good as me. It's not bad. Test it. All right, he's done. Sorry about that. Back to the human playing the piano. Thank you. All right, this is a little tune from Todd Rundgren. Let's see if I can remember. That's good. It's a Utopia song, actually. Love is the answer. That's rough. I mean, I don't play it all the time, so it's not when I know how to do that well. Another Todd Rundgren song. Too Far Gone. Todd, another great Todd Rundgren song. All right, let's play some more. I'm having a good time. I enjoy playing the piano. Wait, here's what's not on the list, but I was like playing it. That was Up Where We Belong from Movie Officer Gentleman by the amazing Diane Warren, my favorite songwriters of all time. And it was a duet featuring Kim Carnes and the guy with the gravelly voice. Can't remember his name offhand. But it's one of my favorite songs. I'd like to sing it as a duet someday with a female person. I don't know, just as a random idea. But that particular song I would pick if I had to sing a duet. All right, let's do some more instrumentals here, like this one. Little Sunshine of Your Life. Sunshine of My Life, sorry. Something like that. That's the ring part. Gotta modulate too. It's an easier key. All right, I'll play Misty. By the way, if you're enjoying today's edition of Ken's Piano Lounge, I got my Diet Coke there. All I ask is one little thing, and that's that you sidle up to the bar, that you order an expensive cocktail, not like a beer or a well drink or something, and not for me. I already got my Diet Coke, for you. But most importantly, please tip the wait staff generously. I mean, I think they have on average 7 kids to feed. That's a lot of mouths, you know? Misty for you. I'll play a little some Steven in here. I think this is Peg. Josie. Peg. Josie. All right, why not? All right, playing some more songs. This is "We've Only Just Begun" by Paul Williams. It was a Carpenter's hit. Before that, it was a bank commercial jingle. The jingle for a commercial for a bank in Southern California. Crocker Bank, not around anymore. All right. I was like halfway through my little song list here. I don't play every single song every time, but play quite a few of them. Can I do this one? That's how it goes. That's that was morning after from the Poseidon Adventure. I hit for Marine Recovered in the 70s. I don't know. Good song though. Can You Read My Mind? I always like to do this one from Superman movie. And a song that's thematically similar is Up, Up and Away. like that song. What else should I do? Oh, this one. Charlie Brown. Although it's called Linus and Lucy. Charlie Brown is not involved in the song. Alrighty. Man, I've been having a grand old time streaming today, and we're not even close to done, but we are finished with the music for today. So let me see, face cam only for a minute or two here. You can see my kitty walking around, checking things out. Nah, I'm moving him out of this frame there. It was good though. I don't need this anymore for a little while. What I'm going to do is take my jacket off because I'm going to need to break down my keyboard, or just move it out of the way here. I'm going to go into the Lego. The Lego segment here. Let me just turn off my keyboard here. I'm going to change categories. We're going to do the Lego building. Yay! I'm really excited about finishing this off, guys. So it is what it is. But we'll do more music soon, as like tomorrow. It'll probably be a guitar. Okay, Lego and a brick building, right? Okay, now we're in Lego and brick building. Let's build some bricks. Let's brick some. Okay, got to turn this off here. That's off. Unplug that. Unplug this. I'm gonna move everything. But I am gonna move my piano out of the way so we can move this someday. Fortunately, it's not that heavy, which is why I got it. Hello, Mr. Bo. He's having a little sun, is he? Very good. Okay, gonna move this out of the way. Oh, there we go. This out of the way. Fold up. Every time I say out there, just stand thing. Gotta get my stand out of the way. Get my face out of the way. Put it in the garage though, a little later. Very nice. Okay, we're getting ready for Lego. I'm excited. Put this down way down here. There. Very nice. Okay, what am I gonna need? Gonna need my iPad. You got it right here. We're gonna switch over to, hold on, the Lego cam, as I like to call it, in a second here. Here we go. Lego cam. I also call my instrument cam. There it goes. All right. So first thing I'm gonna do is set up my own stream. You whisper something to me? Okay, pull up my own stream.
Hello. Turn off the audio so we don't get feedback. Put that up. Now, should you decide, now this is only true for Twitch, but should you decide to chat on Twitch, I shall be able to read. Now let's see what we got here. We're about to start bag number 5 here. Bag number 5. Ultimately, we are building this here. So we've got this to build and this to build. I'll show you what we've got so far. Right over here. Got a lot of, we're 2/3. We're 2/3 the way through. Right, so we've got this camera part here, and the tripod is completed. And you can see that it's really cool. So what we're going to build is the lens, which is pretty hefty, and then the 100 thing on the top. And inside here is what we believe is the film strip that you attach to it to make it look like that. Anyway, I want to get started, so let's get started. We got bags number 5 and 6 to go through, and I see bag number 5 right here. The first thing we're going to do is build Minnie Mouse. As you get minifigs, we still have a couple to go, but we have this one for sure. I want to get this out of the way there. Okay, here's the smaller pieces. Here's the other smaller pieces. And we got to get to building Minnie. All right, so for Minnie, yeah, it's Minnie. Okay, so we got the torso, we get the head. We're gonna have the arms, but also Minnie has a skirt, so we're gonna find the skirt. Find the skirt. The skirt's gonna be in here somewhere, but it might be a little tricky to find, right? Actually, it shouldn't be tricky to find at all. What is that? Oh. Okay, I see the head. I do not see her skirt, but maybe we shall find. No, here it is. Yeah, it's kind of perfect. Head, and this goes on through. Okay, which way are the legs forward? The legs are forward that way. Okay, got it. We got everything. Perfecto. And there is your Minnie Mouse figure. There. So we put them on the diorama. Here's the diorama. The diorama currently has, I guess that's the last one, because the diorama currently has Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney, Bambi, and Dumbo. So we can put Minnie Mouse kind of in the center here. Hopefully, I can figure out how to put her on her little stand. We'll do this later. All right. Okay, let's get started with the building. So we built Minnie, and now we're going to start building stuff. Okay, we're going to need this plate and this plate. And we'll put that plate on top of that plate. Like that. All right, now we got to start stuff here. This is going to be, I think, this piece here, and then that piece. No. Because it should be different colors. Okay, there's this color, this piece, and this color, this piece. And are they different colors? Yes, perfect. And then one of these is, no, it's not the right piece though. Oh yeah, clear piece. Got it. Okay. So this clear piece, and then this goes there. Hopefully. Like that. And this one goes on that like that. Oops. Excuse me. And then that. Oops, I did this wrong, didn't I? Well, I can fix it. Where's my thingy? All right, goes on the bottom. Do it right this time. We're already off to a roaring start here. How's this gonna go? Perfect. Okay. Now this piece can go there. Now we're like the picture. Okay. And then we need one of these taller barrels. We got a bunch of them. Okay, that one's gonna go like this. Right? On this. I guess in like there, according to this picture. Is that right? It is. Perfecto. Okay. Then we're going to need one of these, and one of those other, this one here, right? Okay, perfecto. I'm in the right category, right? Lego and brick building. Okay, it's double checking. Okay, so this goes on top here. And this one goes there. And that one is going to go inside here, according to this. That. Does kind of look like a picture. All right, now we need one of what? Some little piece here. This little piece here. Okay, so if I hold this way, it wants us to put it on that one there. Perfect. All right, so now we need a curved disc. One of these pieces and one of these pieces. Okay, so curved disc, hold that like that. This piece goes in there. That piece goes on there. And this piece is going to go on top of that thing. Yeah. We're building. Okay, so what this is the lens. There's you have 3 lenses that you can move. They didn't have zoom lenses back then, so if they wanted to change the focal length, wide angle to telephoto, they had to cycle through 3 different lenses. So this represents the 3 different wide angle, medium angle, and telephoto lens. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, actually it wants us to put this already on this right here. So that's gonna go how exactly? Like that. And it does turn like you'd expect this to turn. This is so cool already. So we just did this thing here. Cool. Okay, I want to move this a little this way here. Just a little more to the action. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, next piece. All right, so we're going to build the focus rails, as they're called. Focusing rails, I don't know. So these are going to start. These are going to be our focusing rails. So we get 2 of those. We're going to need 2 barrel thingies. We got one. Where's the other? Here it is. Very nice. And 2 of these blue dowel thingies. There they go. Okay. So step 1, take this and put this in there. Oops. Like that. And then right this way. And then this goes in this way. Perfect. And do that 2 times. So one goes in that direction, and then this guy goes in that direction. All right, so these are going to be the camera rails, and they're going to go into these holes. Or the focus rails. Those go in there like that. Perfecto. Next step. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, now we're going to build the hood, the lens hood. Oh, we have cat attack. Let's see, one of these. He likes to be helpful. He rarely is. Rarely, Mo. Sometimes, but rarely. All right, 2 of these pieces here. Okay, so these are going to come here. One here. One here. Get these 2 little arms. Very nice. Where's my Diet Coke? Diet Coke's here. It's tan, but it's still cold and slightly fizzy. All right. Step 149 is complete. Step 150, we'll need 2 of these curved corner units. There we go. Okay, and they're going to go on top of there. One's going to go here. Very nice. Snaps in nicely. Other one goes on the other side. That makes this shape. It sure does. Okay, now we're going to need 2 2x1s and a partial wedge. This one. Okay. Oh, 2 of these. So take the other one from somewhere around here. Here it is. Okay. So we're going to take one of these, put this like that, and that one's going to go here. And one of these, and that's going to go this way on the bottom. And it's going to go in here. Ta-da, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna need 2 more of these. 1, 2. And they're gonna go under here. Oh, I just broke it. Just break it. You know what I mean. All right, this one's gonna go in like there. Hello. Perfect. All right. Is that the correct orientation? Yes, perfect. All right, 2 more of these. We're gonna build up on top of that. Perfecto. This one's gonna go here. All right, looks like that piece. All right, step 153. We're gonna need this kind of weird looking thing and 2 of these curved corners. Here we go. Okay. So let's see. It looks like this piece is gonna go here, which makes some sense. Attached to those, and then these. Did I already put that on? Hold on. Yeah, it's looking like the piece right there. Okay, very good. And now we need to do 2 more of these. Actually, 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are going to go all on the top of this. Make this a real solid sandwich now. Oops. It's not going to fall apart after we put these on. But it might be 4. Does that still look like the picture? Very much looks like the picture. So we're going to move along. Well, no, actually, step 155 is next. So we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, these. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Got it. Okay, 1 goes here. 1 goes here. 1 goes here. 1 goes here. And then there's these kind of caps, curved caps here. 1, 2, 3. 4. Alrighty, step 155 is complete. Looking like the picture. Looks exactly like the picture. Very nice. I always like to double check a few times. All right, so we're going to need 1 dowel of a specific length. I think that is the correct length. And 2 of these guys here. 1, 2. Okay, first you push in one side in here, and then this goes through here. Facing up. Got it. Perfecto. That goes in through there. And then this is also going to go on facing that way. To look like the picture. Looks like the picture. 157. We're going to need 1 as a 3 wedge. 3x1 wedge. 3x2 wedge. Okay. That's going to go here. Hanging off the edge, right? Hanging off. Yeah. That's most like the picture. Okay, 3 more of these. 1, 2, 3. And they're gonna go here, forming the kind of lens hood effect here. We're gonna start building that up, I think. Nope. Nope. Wait a minute. Come to think of it, is this right? I don't think it is now. It's to go in the middle for it to be symmetrical. Got it. Yeah, that's right. So it has to go in there. Not there. Erg. There. Right. It goes there. That looks like the picture. More accurately than I had it before. Okay, yes. So yeah, the little 2 holes there go onto the back of those right there. Nice. Okay. Lens hood coming along. Okay, 4 of these. 1, 2. 1, 2. 3, 4. 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so these are gonna go where? Okay, first we're gonna put this on top of there. And do that for all 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then they're going to get attached to the outside like this. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, I did do it right. They go on the bottom. I'll figure it out someday. Yeah, it makes more sense. Do it right for a change. All right, that goes there. This one goes here. Very nice. This one goes here. It clicks in nicely. This one's gonna go on here. Okay. Lens hood is coming together. All right, so now we're gonna cover. We need 4 1x1s. Where are the little 1x1s? Right, 1, 2. Where are the rest of them? 3. There's gotta be another one. 2, 4. Okay, got all of those. I have extras of these particular pieces too. Right, okay, they're gonna fill. There's filling in here. Very nice. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Snapping into place. All right, now we need these covers. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these flat covers and 4 of the curved covers. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Okay, got plenty of stuff. So how are these gonna go? Okay, basically how you think they'd go. Curved covers go there. Flat covers, straight covers go there. Curved covers go there. Straight cover goes here. And curved cover goes here. And the straight cover goes here. It is looking like a lens hood. It's gonna go on. It's gonna go on there. Yeah, we got some more building out to do, but let's see. Okay, so okay, we need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 4 of these, I think. There's all 4 of them right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 of this kind of wedge. There it is. These are hard to get. And this big square thing. Here it is. Okay. So start with the big square thing upside down. And put these in the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn upside over like that. And then these go on the top. 1, 2, 3, hello, and 4. Okay, so there's that, and then it wants this wedge to go on. I went out today. Okay. Okay. Or there is an extra. Okay, there's an extra piece here. So it wants us to put this and then the wedge on facing backwards. Well, that direction. And then this goes on to the back of this. Okay, if I hold this way. It does fit exactly into the back of it perfectly. Like it's supposed to. All right, yeah, now with the frame, now we put these on the frame rail. So it shows us threading this on. And so what we do is put them in here and here. And what happens is you put one of these like that, or like, I guess. That's what the picture looks like. All right, it is. So, I mean, it just sits kind of on this sits there. These can still rotate. Interesting. Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, so now, oh yeah, it wants us to put these on here to help lock it so it doesn't fall out. One there, one here. They're like that. They just stay on the end though, like that picture there. Now it won't come out. It'll focus, but it move, but it won't come out. Cool. All right, so now we're gonna build something else. Put this aside. We're going to start with this piece here. We're going to start with that piece there. We're going to turn them upside down. We're going to put this like that. We have two more of these pieces. One's going there. One's going here. And then a 1x3 to kind of finish that off. So it all fits perfectly, like that picture. Okay, turn it upside down. We need one of these. That goes there. And one of these, that's gonna go here, leaving a gap there. Perfecto. Okay, one of these and two, 1, 2. All right, so this one's gonna go here, and this one's gonna go. Wait, I did something wrong. I definitely did something wrong. Yep, I did it wrong. That's fine. Easy enough to fix. This way. Okay. Duh. We didn't get too far. All right. This is not the correct thing to do. You can always tell when you're wrong. It's almost like immediately something's off. Okay. Now it looks like the picture 168. Let's go to 169. All right. We need a funny looking piece. So let's see if we can find it. Funny looking piece. It's got something sticking out in all directions. Here it is. And another funny looking piece. All right, so, okay, so it wants us to hold this like this, and then kind of do this until you hear a snap. So let's see if we can hear a snap. I heard a snap. Very nice. Okay, and that's gonna go here, like that, according to this picture. We heard the snap. Okay, 4 of these are easy to pick out because they're a funny color. All right, one of them is going to go here. One of them is going to go here. And one of these is going to go here. Got to make sure they're lined. Those holes are, I'm sure, have to be lined. So let's make sure the hole is lined. Very good. Perfecto. Step 171. One of these. One of these. So this one's going to go here. This one's going to go here. One of these and 2 of these. 1, 2. All right, so this is gonna go here. This piece is gonna go here, and that one's gonna go here. Looking like 172. Perfecto. All right, step 173. By the way, we have a whole nother bag after this. This is gonna be going on for a long ass time. We are not wearing it. We have a whole bag 6. Well, bag 6 is not huge, but still. It's not as big as bag 5, but still, we got lots to go. I'm going to take a short break so I can stretch my legs after we finish this bag, which we're almost done with. All right, so here, we're going to need one of these. We're going to need one of these, and we're going to need one of this. All right, so holding it like this, let's see, this piece is going to go there. The 4x1 goes there. And the 6x1 is going to go in here. Make that shape there. Very good. All right, now we're going to need these 2 items here, this item here, and this item here. Okay, so one of these goes under, and one goes over that, and then that's going to get in here, I think. That, and this piece is going to go next to it. Step 134 cent. Okay, 175. We'll get 5 of these covers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just cover them up. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be a fast step. 4, 5. Beauty. And does it look like the picture still? Basically it does, at least from the side. No, but that's not good. All right, 2 of these. Yeah. Which ones? This flat. These flat discs here. There we go. All right, one is going to go here. I don't know what exactly we're building. It might be the, I don't know. One of them's going to go here. Let's make that shape there. Perfecto. Moving on to step 177. Take this yellow dowel. I'm going to turn this so that it, which way is one? I want to make sure. Yeah, I'm not. Okay, this way. That's the way I watch that. So the yellow dowel is definitely going in this side. Perfect. Yes, perfecto. All right. One of these, one of these, one of these, one of these. Okay, so start here. This piece is going to go on to that, like that. And this piece is going to go on there, like that. And then this piece is going to go in this big barrel. Oops. Like how? Yeah. This will get on. This will go in. There it goes. Perfecto. And this goes. Is this like the viewfinder? Not exactly. I think it might be the viewfinder. Okay. Oh, right on here. Right? Yes. Comme ça. Looks like the picture. Sure does. Okay. Now we take the red dowel. That goes in this side. Longer. And two of these, and they're going to get threaded on there. I think in this direction. 1, 2. And then this cone guy here goes over it. Interesting. Okay, just kind of fits over it. That's step 81, 181, 182. We're going to need this piece, and that piece. We got a few extras, but not much. This is going to go in here. Spin this until it kind of fits in. Right? Yeah, that's the right piece. Perfecto. It's in there. Now this piece goes on top of that like that. And then this is going to go over the back of this piece here. Like that. Yeah, it is the viewfinder, effectively. Which is cool. I didn't realize I had one. I think. Alright. So this is, according to this picture here, you want to attach this to this side here. Somehow. And I'm going to have to see how to, I think it's going to have to attach through here. Like that, right? Yeah, and that's the viewfinder, which is kind of cool. Because it turns. Nice. Yeah, that's really cool. The viewfinder there, it's cool. Okay. We'll have to see. I think it has to be, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Oh, falling over. It's all good, though. It's definitely kind of shakily balanced a little bit. Okay, no, but it's looking like the picture. Okay, now it wants us to take out the film strip, actually. Here is our strip that comes with it. This is pretty cool. I haven't seen this yet. You can kind of see it's I think it's real 35mm film that they, maybe not, but okay, so they want us to start. Okay, here's what they want us to do. Move this to the this position, apparently. Place these on here. That and that. Beautiful. And then just okay, so from here it wraps around kind of like this. They just show it wrapping around and coming in down like here. Well, how do they show it doing? Let's see if I want try to do it exactly as I can. Comes around the front, goes in between these two, and then I think goes kind of like this. Attaches here. This one's a little tricky. Not too tricky. I might redo this later. It's in here. Just about got it. Need 2 hands for this little operation here. There we go. I think that's kind of how, I think that's right, actually. How it kind of fits, how it kind of does that there. I kind of think that's the correct, the intention there. So it kind of stands off a bit. It looks really cool. It's already looking really cool. But I mean, it's one of those things you have to see in person. It's really cool. All right, bag number 6, last bag. Let me put these over here because they're probably not going to come in handy. And it should be, it's definitely a smaller, slightly smaller bag. I'm going to take a short 2-minute break after I do this here to stand up and stretch my legs. So if you see nothing going on in the frame for a while, don't worry. I mean, it should be about a minute or two. Oh, but I got to stand up because my legs are kind of been in the same position for a long time. Much better. Stand up. Nice. Creaking bones. Give me a sec. Almost there. Almost ready. What are you saying now? I don't got it for you. What do you say? I got pee. I don't care about. All right, we're in the final stretch. Excuse me for coughing a bit. Hello, we're still alive. We're still alive. We're still alive. Excuse me. Might have been smoking a little bit. Okay. Right, so we're going to build the 100 thing that goes on the top, which is effectively the film canister, and also this thing that helps us represent the 100th anniversary or whatever of animation, Disney animation. Okay, we need 2 of these shelfie guys. Where's one? Here's the other. Okay, so holding this like this, and these like this. I'm gonna go here, and this one's gonna go like here. There we go. Perfecto. Now we got another one of them, and one of these little black covers. Where are they? Not those. They're round. This one. I guess I only have one. Only need one. All right. So this piece is gonna get wedged on like that, and then this piece is gonna go on like this, right there, to make that shape. Perfecto. All right, now we got to do something twice. Make 2 of something. It's gonna be all right. Gonna be 2 zeros for the 100 for the film canister. So let's get going here. First, we get one of these. One of these that goes there in the middle. We get one of these completely circular pieces and 4 of these covers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have another one? Okay, we do have another little complete circular. Okay, that's gonna go here, and then these are gonna go around that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yay! To complete step 189. How's it looking? Double check. Perfect. 190. So now we're going to need 4 of the white ones. They're going to go on the outside. Cool. This is going to look really cool. White. That's going to go. Where's the? There it is. There. On the seam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully we have 8 of those. And then 3
of what? These black pieces, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to flip it around. So, I mean, they're kind of going to go like this. 1, 2, right? Does that fit there? Kinda. Maybe it doesn't. I'm trying to see how these might fit here. Yeah, I think they have to go there. Ooh, maybe not. This might be tricky to figure out. This doesn't want to go like that way. I think there's only like one orientation these will go. And you kind of have to experiment to figure out what it is. It's not there. It's here. It definitely shows us on the back side, and these are the right pieces. All right, I figured this out. Not that hard, but hey, this is why an 18 plus stream. It's not going to go like that. I think it's only going to go like that. Yes, perfect. Other than that, it doesn't matter. Okay, now once you find one, it's easy to do the other two. So it wants us to do, I don't think that matters. All right, perfect. Perfectly in there, just like they're supposed to be. All right, moving along. Sometimes some steps are kind of slower than others. All right, we're going to need one of these and 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn this around. This cover goes over here. And these covers are going to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do the whole thing a second time because we make 2 of these 0 thingies. Okay, so we're going to need one of this kind of dowel. Is that the right one? It sure is, right? Now one of these wheels, this kind of that goes in there. And then it just wants us to put this in here and kind of push that down, I think. That, pretty much. Okay, and the second one, back to here. Start with back to here. Right, sorry, back to here. Okay, start with this. This goes in the middle. Then we have the ring thingy goes around it. And then these kind of covers here, I believe. I'm gonna go there and there and here to make this shape here. Then we need the white covers, which are gonna go again here, here, and here, and here. And then we turn it around upside down. And then we figure out how these are gonna go. I think I kind of figured it out before. All right, you want in between here. Yeah, okay. After the first one, they're all easy. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it looks like the picture there. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna put this guy in here. 4 of these around it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna take this down and the wheelie thing. Here it is. Put it through there. Just they're symmetrical on the sides there, and that goes in here. Just kind of pushes through like that. Okay, so we got 2 of these. Perfecto. Very nice. Okay, now we're gonna mount them on this item here somehow. So let's see. Does this piece matter? Yeah, it does. But this is where we're gonna hold it. So let's see. This one is gonna go there. Perfect. And this one is gonna go there. Beauty. Nice. And then we put the back of the reels on.
So, okay, so first we're going to do this. All right, there's one. There's two. I'm just going to rotate these until I got the right thing there. Perfect. These are going to go mounted on here. Like that. Perfect. Oh, you like the clicky sound, that's for sure. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, yeah. There's the back side of it. Oh, that's so nice. All right, moving along. We got more stuff to build. We're going to need one of these. Okay, it just wants us to put this on this one. No, nope, in the middle. Perfect. All right, now we're going to build something. We got one of these, one of these, one of these, and two of these clear items here, right? Okay, so start with this. This piece goes on it. That cap goes on that, like that. These both go in here, right? Yep. Like that, to form that. Nope, other way. I was wrong. They do fit this way. Duh. Other way. This one's there. Boy, these are not quality items. They have bubbles in them. There's bubbles in the clear, which probably happens a lot in the ones that are opaque. You just don't see bubbles unless it's a clear one. Okay, this is going to get facing that direction there. Okay, like that. Very nice. All right, and we're going to take all these little white pieces and assemble them in some way or other. Let's figure it out. This is the one because we made the 100. Now we're going to make the 1. We made the 2 zeros for the 100. Okay, so this piece is going to go like there. Another cap's going to go here. This piece goes here. And then this piece is going to go there. To make it one. Step 2. Now we got step 3. Turn it around like that. Place this item in the middle, like there. And these go in there. According to this, they do. Yeah, they do. And then these gripper guys go on top of them. Which way? Facing sideways, right? Does that make the shape as it's supposed to look like, according to this picture? I'll go for, yeah. And in fact, it does look like a 1. It is a 1. Okay, so this goes right. Oh yeah, it grips onto these. Pretty cool. Looks like how their mechanical stuff works. There we go. We've made the 100 that goes on the top of the camera there. To commemorate 100 years as a couple extra pieces. Step 199. All right, so it wants us to place this. We got the camera here. It's looking just like the picture. Let's see. This camera's facing there, and yeah, this is going to mount right here, where we made where those mounting points are. So really, nothing major to do there. It's perfectly on. Oh, it's really good. Check it out. Check it out. This turns, and they got the 100 on it, and it's looking like a real camera. This kind of goes in and out. These turn the different lenses, although it's kind of wonky, but it's cool. It's really cool. That turns, and then there's the viewfinder. I guess it's this way. I'm not really sure exactly. No, it's this way. There's the viewfinder there, which spins, and it's on a door that comes out. So you can see the inside of the camera up there. Oh, yeah. See, now that this is on there, it's much you can open it. I would say the viewfinder might go like that. Oh man, this is really cool. That's it though. We have built the item. Okay, now we might as well show off. Let me get some of these pieces here. We got that there. I'm gonna show off the rest of it while we've got it. Let me just do a few things here to clean this up a bit here. I'm gonna take Walt off and put his animation frame back in his hand because it fell out. So let me do that. There it is. His animation. There's Walt Disney. He's got a a special pen, kind of ink pen, or felt ink pens that they used in animation a lot for inking backgrounds. Blah 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 blah. On cells, it's a special pen. Anyway, okay, you have the clapper there. This is an animation table with these different planes of movement so they can simulate movement during animation things. You got your Dumbo here. You got Bambi here. Let's see, we got Minnie Mouse. We're gonna put Minnie here. We're gonna put Walt here in the center stage there. I get him nice and ready to go there. There he goes. And Mickey to his right. Very good. And so and you have the clapper still. You can kind of see that. Is that working at all? Yes. You get some lighting there. Lighting is not great, but it's okay. You kind of see. Yeah, you get the idea for the diorama. It's really cool. I mean, I'm not the biggest Disney fan at all, but it's just a really neat set. And this camera with the little loose 35 millimeter film, which has all these different frames that I believe are Lego versions of actual Disney films. They're not taken from actual Disney films. If you look at them up close, you can see it's Lego-fied versions of famous scenes from Disney animated movies, including there's The Lion King. You can recognize the movie, but they're not the original frames. They put a lot of effort into this, is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And then you got the camera. Again, you got the thing. This moves here. This opens and closes. The viewfinder moves back and forth. It says 100. You got this really cool looking tripod that has this great kind of a wood grain effect in it, which is always hard to do in Lego. Wow, I'm really loving it. What a great kit. It was on sale. Is the reason I bought it. It's $100 normally, but I believe I got it for about $75. And at $100, it's kind of, I'd say it's kind of pricey, but at $75, a great deal. I mean, I'm very happy with that deal. I'm gonna make sure these don't get sucked up into the vacuum cleaner later. Wow. All right, let me put my chair in. I'm gonna come and sit down in front of you guys. Oh, I smashed myself. Give me 1 second to adjust a few things here. My microphone goes back up here. This keyboard thing goes over here. Very nice. Roll my chair over here. I can sit down, change my camera angle again. Give me a second. There we go. Finished with the Diet Coke. It's completely empty. How we got me going for? Actually, not even 3 hours. That was less time, I think, to finish the Lego build, which I'm going to show you here now. It's a better camera, so I'm going to show you one thing. So again, here's the Disney diorama with Dumbo and Bambi, Walt Disney Center. He's got kind of an animation frame there, and then this is an animation table there, and you can kind of see how the background is in 3 different planes. And what they would do is it's actually this orientation. Oh, Bambi came off. No, don't step on Bambi. Bambi's on again. And so to create the illusion of motion during animation, you'd put 3 different background planes in, and then shoot a frame and then move them a different amount to simulate parallax between the 3 things. And then he invented this technique, and this whole system with a table, with a camera, with a mirror that made it face downwards, and this other lighting system. He is really amazing. He was quite the inventor, and yeah, the animation couldn't have been done. The advanced kind of animation couldn't have been done without special tools and special cameras. A lot of technology that he invented, and that's really cool that they included that table, his animation table. I mean, this technically he didn't invent the movie camera, but he did invent that animation table and a lot of other things that made doing really amazing animation, including rotoscoping, which is where you take a projector, you project a frame of a real movie that you took onto an animation table and you trace over it. And that's how a lot of Sleeping Beauty and Snow White was made. So you can see it's 100 years. You got this thing. It's a good size. It's not huge, but it's definitely, got a lot of weight at the top.
It would be a little, but it's really cool. So you got the thing. This moves here. You got the viewfinder on this side, and then the viewfinder door. If you close this, you can see there's a door into the camera, and you can see inside the camera, and like the gears and stuff, where the kind of the film prism would be, and where the kind of the rollers would be. But then that closes up, and you can just kind of use it as a viewfinder. It's pretty cool. And you roll them, action, and then it shows again. You have this is the focusing rail, which you'd use to focus. You know, you'd have a hood around this, but other than that, this is kind of how it would work. And then you had a system where you had 3 different lenses at different, because you didn't have a zoom lens, so you had a telephoto lens, a medium lens, and a wide angle lens, and you switch between them by rotating. There'd be a lever on the back, but you could rotate to get 3 different focal lengths, which is really advanced technology at the time. That wouldn't have been used for animation, but it's still showing how cool these cameras were. And the other thing to think about these cameras is they were spring powered. So this, what you were doing when you did this, and you had to keep doing it, was you were winding the spring, and then while the film was rolling through the camera and the shutter was doing that, was all powered by that spring. So you had to keep the spring at a good tension while you were filming. But you're not. A lot of people were thinking that this is connected to a gear that's actually moving the film through the thing. It's not. You're just winding a spring, and that spring is powering everything like a clockwork. But it didn't require any electrical power to make these movies. And they couldn't have, because it wasn't this is in the 20s when these cameras were invented. There really wasn't a lot of electrical power. So, I mean, eventually motor-powered cameras were invented in like the 40s, I think, or the 30s. But at this time, they would have been hand-cranked like that. And again, you're not cranking the mechanism. You're just keeping a spring tightened up, so that the spring can provide all the power needed to move the film through it and make the shutters go in and out and stuff like that. I just love old camera technology like that. I'm gonna put this down here. Yeah, it's pretty well. It's fun. All right. Wow. Well, that was really fun. Again, I got a 3-hour stream out of it, which is always good. I got stuff to do though. I gotta vacuum the place now. Got Lego pieces lying around, I'm sure. And but I had such a great time that I'm gonna do the whole thing again tomorrow. There'll be Microsoft Flight simulatoring, and then some guitaring. I'll probably try to do my brain teaser segment, but obviously no Lego. I do have another piece of Lego coming, a new Lego in May. It's a Star Wars specific newer one of the newer ships. It's the Kylo Ren's ship from one of those things. It's at most 2 builds. It's not a huge piece, but I just thought, hey, it'd be fun to build that. So we'll do that next time. In the meantime, I'm going to not like raid anyone or anything like that. I'm just going to say bye. Hope you guys all had a nice time. And again, I always go and I always try to start around the same time, 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, my time, because I'm in California, just to keep everything nice and consistent. Alrighty, so I'm going to run my end roll, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time.